Hello everyone, this is my game on Greenfoot and I made it using Java. So yeah, basically the point of the game is to move your elephant here and to eat wombats before your time runs out. And there's 3 levels and you have to pass all 3 to win. But if your time runs out before all 3 levels are over, then you lose. So let me just run the game for you. So yeah, in the first level, you'll get 35 seconds extra every time you eat a wombat. So your time doesn't run out. But in the second level, in second and third levels, you only get 10 seconds. So these snakes here basically just stop and block the way. So if you run into a snake, you'll lose 20 seconds of your time that you have. And so my score was greater than 15, so I won and beat all 3 levels. So yeah, let me just get into the actual code itself. So let me just open up the editor for all 4 of my characters and there's only 3 characters actually and 3 actors and 1 world. So let me just start in the world because most of the code is located here. So first we're defining three different variables: the score, time, and level. If you don't define it, the computer will not know what they are. So yeah, and this is to prepare to make the world. Like you're making the world here, the cells and the cell size of 1 pixel. And here you're basically prepare as a function, and prepare variable as a function, show score as a function, and here you're setting the background to the level 1 picture that I have there. And now here you're setting the level to 1, so the level isn't magically 5 when you start playing. Here is the act where basically it'll keep repeatedly running like this. And this code right here is to create wombats 4.75% of the time. So it will keep getting a random number that is, and if the number is less than 4.75, it will create a wombat. And the range of this number is 100. So it's basically 4.75% of the time. Along with that, you're also subtracting time, checking loss, level change, and third level, which are all different functions that are defined below. So this one, prepare, was used above to make the world, and right now you're making an elephant, and like to start the game because you need one to actually move. And here you're showing score. It's used repeatedly, but also in the beginning of the world. So you can actually look at the score and see if it's 0 or like whatever score it is during the game. Adding score basically gets it so that whenever the elephant hits a wombat, it will add score right here. And adding time is the same thing. Subtracting time is basically constantly taking 1 away from time, so your time is actually going down continuously. And this prepare variable is located at the top when the game is starting, and it sets time to 100. Checking loss basically checks if the time is less than 0, because that's when you lose the game. And so here it stops the entire thing, then shows score, and then it shows the text that you lost, and your final score is these many points. And there are 3 different levels, so you need to know when to change the level. So if your score is equal to 5, you're going to the next level, and then you're changing the background to the second level picture. And if your score is 10, you're going to the 3rd level, and you're setting the background to the 3rd level picture. But if your score is 15, you're actually stopping the game and saying that you won, so you have the ending for the game. This function is basically just to return levels. So if you want to ever check what level you're on, you can you can check with this. And after during the 3rd level, this basically makes the snakes the same way it makes the wombats, except it's 3% because it's less than 3, and it'll add the object the same way it adds the wombat. And now let's move on to the elephant to see how that works. So the only integer here, the only variable we have here is wombats eaten, because if you ever want to check how many wombats the elephant ate, you can check through wombats eaten, if you like, not just the score. So public elephant basically is just setting wombats eaten to 0 in the beginning of the game, and the act is the same thing as the world. It'll continuously check for key press, eat wombats, and eat snakes. So this boolean is basically looking for the wombat. It will check if there's a wombat or not, so that you can eat the wombat. So null basically means there's nothing there. And so if the wombat is not null, so if there is a wombat, the green foot will play the sound slurp. There will remove the wombat. You'll add 1 to wombats eaten. And this is basically just getting the function add score, the variable score, and it will add time here. So yeah, whenever you eat a wombat, you'll add score of 1, and to make the score, the time to go up by 10 after, or when during the 2nd level and the 3rd level, you have to check if the level is greater than or equal to 2, and then add the time of 10. Else, if it's like if it is level 1, then I'll just add 35. This is the same thing as the other ones. It will just return the amount of wombats eaten. And the key press here is to check if the arrow is up, down, left, or right. If it's up, it will subtract 8 from y, so basically go up. If it is down, then it will add 8 to y, so it will go down. If basically the left and right do the same thing, except x will change instead of y, so it goes left and right. Here it is doing the same thing as the wombat. It's eating snake. Yeah, it's just basically making the same sound, removing the object, except it's adding a time of -20 and no score. So yeah, you'll subtract 20 from the score. And the boolean is the same thing. It needs to look for the snake. Now we can go to the wombat to see how it's continuously moving throughout the game. So it has the same thing. It has like no compare thing because it doesn't need to. It just has an act. If it can move, it will move. Basically, it makes it move 1 step. Else it will turn left. So turn left makes it turn -90, so turn left 90 degrees. So it will turn the corner. So yeah. So this is setting the direction, so it will move the direction, but it's basic. And this is the can move boolean. So if it's facing, it's basically getting the edge, so it can know it knows how to like when to turn. It's getting the world width and getting the world height because it you don't know what it is, and they so that's what. And 0 and 0 are the left corner. 0, 0 is the left corner, and if you have 0 and width, it's right. Right, the width, and then 0 is the right corner. The height and 0 is the left corner down here, and the width and height is this corner over here, the right bottom corner. So yeah, you're just looking for if you can see the if you're at one of the sides -1, so you're not like directly in the side, but you're like before the side. And the snake here has no code, it's just being created by the wombat. Anyway, that's all the code I have, and this is my game. I'm thinking about adding more stuff to my game later, but yeah, that's all I have today. Bye!